Bikepacking bikes are a relatively new bike category, so it's not at all surprising to see lots of changes and innovation in this space. I've just put the final touches on the 2020 Bikepacking Bike Buyer's Guide, so I thought I'd share some of the biggest bikepacking trends of the new model year. First up, we've got forks with an adjustable rake. When we change the rake, we can speed up or slow down a bike's steering speed. By switching a small chip in the axle, we can adjust the rake between 55 and 70 millimeters on a GT grade fork, for example. Using the longer fork rake settings results in a faster steering speed, while in the shorter fork rake setting, steering will feel slower in comparison. So why do we need to adjust the fork rake on a bikepacking bike? It's a great question. Adjustable fork rake is handy for three reasons. One, a small amount of front luggage on the fork or handlebars slows down the steering speed. By using a higher fork rake setting, we can speed the steering back up again. Two, switching between 27.5 inch and 700C wheels also changes the steering speed. We can maintain the same steering characteristics using both 27.5 mountain bike wheels and 700C road slicks by simply switching between the fork rake settings. And finally, you simply might prefer a faster or slower steering speed on your bikepacking bike. Whichever the reasons you choose, adjustable fork rakes are a very welcome addition to bikepacking bikes. Bike examples include the Cervelo Aspero, the GT Grade, the Kinesis Tripster AT, and the Rondo Route, which was the first bike to offer adjustable fork rake. Next up are bikepacking bikes with longer top tubes and shorter stems. A surprising number of gravel bike manufacturers have increased the reach of their frames for the new model year. These bikes have been designed to work specifically with short stems, which is necessary in order to maintain the same distance to the handlebars. Longer top tubes are actually a great idea for gravel bikes, as a longer overall wheelbase will provide more stability on rougher terrain, and the longer front centre provides extra toe clearance from the front wheel. As short stems increase the steering speed, manufacturers are using slacker head tube angles to slow the steering speed back to normal. In this niche, you'll often find identical head tube angles and stem lengths across all bike sizes. This results in the same steering characteristics regardless of whether you're riding a size small or size extra large bike. This is actually not a new idea. Mountain bikes have been designed like this for a long time now, but it's still cool nonetheless. Right, let's move on to lower gear ratios. Wider range cassettes for 1x drivetrains and subcompact cranksets for 2x drivetrains are bringing lower gears to bikepacking bikes. These types of drivetrain components have been around for a few years. However, lower price point products and additional options from the big drivetrain manufacturers make lower gear ratios much more common. Look out for SRAM SX Eagle and Shimano SLX, which are spec'd on off-road bikes and are bringing all the low gears you need at really reasonable prices. In the gravel bike categories, look for the new Shimano GRX gravel drivetrains, as well as any bike fitted with a 46 by 30 tooth crankset for budget-ish climbing gears. This one goes without saying, bikepacking bikes are getting more mounts. If you look carefully, you'll find more mounts than ever before on the seat stays, top tubes and down tubes of bikepacking bikes. While 15 tiny nubs inside your frame triangle aren't exactly pleasing on the eyes, it's nice to be able to shuffle your cargo cages and water bottles about the bike until you find the most ideal configuration. A handful of frames like the Marin Pine Mountain are offering ample braze-ons for direct mount frame packs too. Yep, direct mount frame packs. The V2 update to the Salsa Cutthroat brings the option of fitting one of Salsa's direct mount frame bags. Salsa offers 5 perfectly fitting bags for the 5 different Cutthroat frame sizes, and the frame packs are installed by using special thumb screws for a quick and tool-free fitment. You can expect to see more bikes go down this route in the coming years. Next up, we have carbon fibre bikepacking frames. Carbon is actually the most popular frame material amongst 700C gravel bikes in my buyer's guide. While carbon is generally perceived to not be durable enough for bikepacking, it can actually be engineered to handle the rigours of bike travel just fine. After all, if it can be designed to resist the stresses of enduro and downhill mountain biking, it can probably cope with a few bags too. The main advantage is a frame set weight reduction of about 50% when compared to steel, which will undoubtedly be noticeable on a fast and lightweight bikepacking setup. And this weight reduction will be even more noticeable when riding around without any luggage. And lastly, we have 29 by 2.6 inch tyres. If you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to give this video a quick like. In the off-road section of my book, you'll notice quite an array of 29 by 2.6 inch bikes. Many of these models have actually replaced plus bikes from previous years, which were fitted out with 27.5 by 3 inch wide tyres. With a larger wheel diameter, but a slightly narrower tyre, 29 by 2.6 actually works out to have a really similar tyre footprint to a 27 plus tyre. 29 by 2.6 also experiences less squirm on the trails, it rolls over objects smoother, and you can easily swap in some faster rolling 2.2 inch tyres without needing a whole new wheel set. There we go, those are the 6 biggest bikepacking trends that I've noticed for 2020. Let me know in the comments section below which trends you're most excited about. If you're keen to get a copy of my book, hit the link in the description below. The Bikepacking Bike Buyer's Guide can be broken into 3 different parts. The first section teaches you everything about bikepacking bikes. That's everything from frame materials to gear ratios to tyre widths and handlebars. The middle section is a guide on how to compare and select the best bike for you. And the final section is the bike listings, where you can compare over 190 bikes, from gravel bikes to full suspension mountain bikes to burly fat bikes. Until next time, keep it rubber side down, folks.